even though it's not raining or anything like that. Keeping your windshield wipers on is important. You can see to my left here, they're cleaning the sidewalk there because the snow was accumulating quite a bit on the sidewalk. So we had that plow going by there. A little earlier today, we had folks coming out with their shovels in hand, brushes in hand, brushing the sidewalk, making sure that that's clear and clean for folks heading into work this morning. Of course, over the past hour or so, we learned that Harford County Public Schools are closed, so the kids don't have to worry about getting up and getting to school in this snow. Let's take a look at the street really quickly before we toss it back to the studio. Light accumulation on the street here on South Main Street. The side streets seeing a bit more, which we typically expect when it snows, that the side streets will be a little more treacherous than the main drags, the main roads in and around different areas in the region. So, of course, we ask you to take your time to slow down and to make sure that you are aware of slick spots.
Oh, we're seeing a very swollen, very ferocious looking Jones Falls this morning. Check it out. The water is moving very rapidly. The water is very high. If you look across the river there, we're really just about 8 inches away from this river going over the riverbanks and flooding this parking garage at the Meadow Mill Shops just across the street. We're right here on Clipper Mill Road. One piece of good news, though, the water is not quite as high as it was yesterday. Check out some of the poles here supporting the JFX. You see that the water was significantly higher, about 2 feet higher actually yesterday. So, and the aftermath is already there. You see across the street in that parking lot, a lot of flooding and some ponding. A little piece of good news, I just spoke to a man who was working or checking up on Nepenthe Homebrew, and he said that they haven't had any flooding in the building, however.
First, we do want to check in with Amber Miller, who is live with the very newest information at this hour. Good morning, Amber.
Good morning to you all. We do have an update. Just came in literally less than 30 seconds ago from Chief Roman Clark. He is telling us the 9 children, because 3 escaped this morning along with an adult female. 6 children are unaccounted for, possibly trapped inside of the home right behind me here. We are told that the age range have been confirmed between 8 months to 11 years old. That is the age range for the 9 children, the 3 that were able to escape and the 6 that remain unaccounted for this morning. Once again, 8 months to 11 years old. Well, it's all about security and safety. As you can see here along Main Street, we changed up our shot just a bit this morning to give you a different vantage point. You can see this police officer vehicle sitting right here. There's another one on the other side that you can't see. They're in place on Main Street to make sure everything goes the way it needs to go. Here's an update on what things are looking like. You can see the stream coming through here and all the mud buildup in this particular area. And if you look to the right, we've been showing you guys this since yesterday. That's a parking lot that's covered in mud. They've been working on that all morning long. And it's because of conditions just like what you're seeing here, hazardous conditions, that officers need to be in place to make sure anyone on property is supposed to be on property.
I'm excited that President Trump is here.
Inauguration Day 2017.
We're from Chicago.
Took the flight this morning.
Took a flight from Austin to Chicago, Chicago to DCA.
From the skies to the rails.
Rented a car to come to the Greenbelt station to commute back and forth to DC.
Once they touched down, thousands turned to the metro system Friday morning to get them to the nation's capital.
I'm not used to so much metro travel, but it's been good so far. If I can find out how to get on the red line to get where I need to go.
Some people came from near, others came from far, but each didn't let anything keep them from rolling on to the inauguration.
Came in to demonstrate our disgust with the person that they elected as president.
I don't know why other people came here, but it was important for me to be here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come from Texas to do this.
It's a day that will go down in history, and these folks can say they were there to witness it, no matter the road it took to get there.
And we'll be flying back after the actual inauguration ceremony.
In D.C., Amber Miller, Fox 45 News.
I want you all just to sing from your heart. Just give it up. 3 simple words offering hope as we as a nation search for answers amid tragedy.
I think the kids just giving them hope and letting them know, it's going to be all right. And that song, I Rise Up, is just a perfect message.
We were lucky enough to have the Cardinal Sheehan School Choir live in studio with us here this morning, but for all of you, they are just a click away.
Last week, choir director Kenyatta Hardison posted this video of them practicing to Facebook.
And they were like, oh, here she go again, pushing the live button. But we did not know it was going to reach 3 million.
3 million and counting.
I mean, it was like mind-blowing when Ms. Hardison told us that 3 million people was watching us.
Perhaps it's hearing those little voices sing such powerful notes.
Walk it out and move.
Or maybe the timing of it all.
And I'll rise up, I'll rise up.
The Las Vegas massacre, and I just feel that like everybody just like when they heard that video, they felt like they were safe and that God was with them.
People are just hungry for hope.
And this brings hope. This is our future.
We gotta see what God has planned for us, and we just have to go with it.
I'm Megan Gilland, Fox 45 News.
We thought it'd be a great time to come down, try some whiskey. Happened to have the day off and couldn't wait to see Baltimore's newest attraction.
Friday morning, whiskey lovers flocked to Port Covington to cut loose and enjoy a new Maryland rye.
So Maryland rye was very famous in Maryland. There were 44 distilleries in Maryland. There were 13 in downtown Baltimore before Prohibition. And we really want to put Maryland back on the map as the premier distiller of rye whiskey.
Sagamore Spirit, the brainchild of Under Armour CEO Kevin Plank, started producing rye whiskey last May. Director of Brand Development Rachel Cook says they've made 3 kinds of rye using spring water from Sagamore Farm, which they store in a 120-foot water tower.
And this is a really special water that we drive from Sagamore Farm in Glendon, Maryland, 22 miles down I-83. And the reason that we proof our whiskey to 83 proof is to pay homage to that journey.
President Brian Tracy is proud of Sagamore's unique distilling process involving a 40-foot copper still and other kinds of hardware.
We're really proud of it. I mean, 13 awards in basically 11 months. We think it's fantastic.
But in addition to winning awards, Sagamore Spirit says that it wanted to inject some spirit into the community. That's why they built this 5-acre campus right here in Port Covington and opened it up to the public.
We definitely enjoy it. It's an awesome product, but again, like we really want the people to see what the city has to offer and to continue to grow. This is what it's going to be about.
This weekend, only thinkers and drinkers can tour the distillery for free and sample the Sagamore Spirit Rye.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Kevin Plank has done great things for the city, and I think because Maryland used to be very well known for their rye, it's great to have it back in Baltimore.
In Port Covington, Stephanie Woods, Fox 45 News.